Holy cow, you guys are awesome. You want to do something awesome? Let's do something awesome. Let's imagine that you've invited all of your friends and neighbors over to do movie night on Friday. And you've put up your projector, you've gotten the Apple TV out, you've hooked everything up. It's about an hour before everyone shows up and you get an error message. But this is cool. Everybody knows what we do. What do? We reboot the Apple TV. Doesn't work. Well, there's a superpower that we all have. We know that if we go to our wireless router and we hit the reboot button, that's going to solve all of our problems. But then we fire up our Apple TV again and we've got the same error message. What if we use one of our computers? Everything seems to be working there, but not on the Apple TV. Maybe we overestimated our technical ability. And people are showing up in about a half hour, and you're realizing that you've made a pretty bad life choice. You don't really like people, you're more of an introvert. And so, what are we going to do? There's a lot of people who are going to show up and be disappointed. Wouldn't it be great if it was easy to troubleshoot your own Wi-Fi? It's super easy. It's actually something that all of you can do. There are 3 concepts that you need to have a handle on, and I'm going to share those with you tonight. So those 3 concepts that you need to understand are your wireless connection, something called Internet Protocol, it's IP, and then something called Domain Name Services. We say DNS. So we say it all together. Connection, IP, DNS. Connection, IP, DNS. Connection, IP, DNS. Connection, IP, DNS. Okay, you got it. What is the connection? That's your wireless strength. You want to be on a strong wireless network, and you want to be on your wireless network. If you're on a weak network, things are going to go bad, and if you're on the wrong network, things are going to go bad. So make sure you're on the right connection. Internet Protocol is this thing that does routing on the internet. If you're going to send mail to someone, you need to know their street address, and you also need to send your destination, the sender address. Computers work the same way. If you're going to send traffic on the internet, they have something called an IP address, and it looks like this crazy fun number here. You also need to validate that you can send traffic to IP addresses on the internet. You also need to validate that you can send traffic to IP addresses on your home network. So you want to check IP. Does my computer have an IP address? Can I send traffic to the IPs that are in my home network? And can I send traffic to the internet? The cheat here is we just try to send traffic to the internet first. And there's this magic spell, ping 8.8.8.8. That address I think you can all remember. You see traffic going there and you get a response, you know you have connections to the internet. Nothing, then you know something's wrong at home and you need to try to test your connections there. The third component is this cool thing called domain name services. Computers really like numbers and they hate names. And people really like names and hate numbers. And so DNS bridges the gap. It's the thing that takes our Google.com or our Facebook.com and turns us into one of those cool IP addresses there. If the computer can't access a DNS server, it doesn't know how to do translations. So you would actually be accessing the internet, but then you get these funky error messages that tell you that Google couldn't resolve. Do you want to Google for Google? So DNS is this third component. Every computer is configured to point to a DNS server. And so the way that you can test DNS is this magic spell, NSLOOKUP. And you can pick any domain you like, google.com, facebook.com, whatever. You get IP addresses coming back, you know DNS is working okay. You get nothing, something's wrong with your DNS server. So in our case before, I had my Apple TV pointing at the wrong DNS server. So DNS lookups failed, and then I got that weird iTunes message, even though I was actually connected to the internet. So that's really the secret here. It's those 3 simple things: your wireless connection, internet protocol, and domain name services. Your goal is to figure out, is my home network working? Yes or no. And then the second part is, can I access stuff on the internet? Yes or no. That's it, 3 things. I think you all can do this. I hope you thought this was cool. My name is Patrick McCanna. By day, I work for a company called AT&T, and I'm responsible for security in the mobile network. I work on a team that keeps 130 million subscribers safe from hackers. By night, I'm working on a book that teaches kids who are heading off to college about cybersecurity. If you think that's cool, please follow me on Twitter. I'll be announcing as the publication date gets closer. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the evening. Thanks very much, everybody.